Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important method where we are going to learn how to reset a form group. Prior to this session, we talked about so many other examples related to reactive form, right? But this time, we are going to cover about the reset form group. So we will proceed in the same way. Firstly, I'll explain you the requirement. According to the requirement, we will design the form, and at the last we will verify the output. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use reactive form in Angular. Okay. Alright, so now you can see here I'm in app.component.html file where we have noted down two headings that shows Angular course by Sharmit and reactive form in Angular. So now after this, what we will do, we will simply add two horizontal rows here. Okay, so I will add HR for a horizontal rows. Now in between these two horizontal rows, we will define the form. But prior to that, there should be some prerequisite, right? We should import some prerequisites. So what I will do now, I will simply go to app.component.ts file. Here in this TS file, we will define the all required thing like reactive form module. We all know that this is the priority thing for us, because without this reactive form module, we are not supposed to create a reactive form. So we have added this thing. Next, inside this, what we will do, we will simply expand this thing, app.component.html app component class, and in this app component class we will define the all the required stuff like form group and all. Okay, so for that you can write here user form equal, then we will write here new form group. Okay, then opening closing parenthesis, opening closing curly braces, expand the thing, and here we will define the fields. Like first is for name, so I will write name new form control, opening closing parenthesis, single quotes, then a comma, and if you want to keep the validators, you can keep it here. But for now I'm not going to use validator because validation is something that we have already covered. So for now I'll just keep it as blank. Okay, likewise you can define the email and other stuff. So I will write here email new, then we will write here form control, opening closing parenthesis, and a single quote again. So what the single quote will denote, it will denote that we are going to set the default value as blank. Okay, fine. So this is ready. Now after this, what we will do, we will simply define one method. So I will just write here submit, opening closing parenthesis, curly braces. Inside this we will write console.log, then we will mention submitted data colon, then a comma, then we will write here this dot user form dot value. Okay, but here one thing need to be properly implemented. Always make sure that form control, form group, reactive form module, these things are imported here in the program. Otherwise it won't allow you to use it. Okay, so always make sure that these three things should be there. All right, now you can see we have console, like we have submitted data, this dot user form dot value, put a semicolon over there. So this is for submit method. Likewise we will define for the reset method. So I will write here reset form, or maybe we can name it as submit form so that you can relate. Submit form, opening closing parenthesis, inside this we will write console.log, but I think here we are not supposed to do any console, or if you want you can console, that is also fine. So let's put console log. Here I will just mention form is resetted, form is reset, form is reset. Okay, this thing maybe we can show if you want, but before that we should reset it. So this dot reset form, not reset form, this dot user form dot reset, and opening closing parenthesis. Okay, so this is the method. Okay, so when you execute it will call either submit form or a reset form. If submit form is called, then it means it will show you the values that is submitted, and if reset form is called, it will show that form is reset. Okay, now you can go to app.component.html file. Here we will define the form. So to define the form, firstly we will write here form opening closing parenthesis, then we will mention here the other required stuff. Okay, so like you can mention here form group, then we will mention here user form. Okay, then we will write here ng submit, then we will write here submit form. So for that we need to write it in a same way, okay, otherwise it will cause issues. So submit form opening closing parenthesis. Perfect. Now after this we can provide the labels and the input field. So first label is for name, then we will mention here input. In input we will mention type as text, then we will mention here form control name, where we will mention name. Okay, then we will mention here the second label, and second label is for email, so we will just simply mention here email input field. Then we will write here type as text, then form control name, here I will mention email. Okay, and then we will mention here the next further steps or things, that is in buttons. In case we are using validator, so you can add the error messages, but I'm not using it for now. So what I'll do now, I'll simply add two br tags here to break the lines, and then I will mention the button. So button, first one is for submit, so I'll define the type as submit. Okay, so here we can select submit for the first button, and for the second one we will define again button. Here I'll mention instead of submit we will mention reset here, so reset. Type also would be reset, and here I will mention a reset form, which is a method. So click reset form. Perfect. So this logic is ready. We are good with the designing. So let's run the application and see how it works. So I'll run ng serve -- open, enter. Okay, it is showing the command is not available when running the Angular CLI outside the workspace. Okay, so let's put it in a workspace. cd, my project name is my first project, so I'll simply write here my first project and press enter. Okay, now you can run this ng serve -- open, enter. Just wait for a few seconds and then it will show you the output of the browser. Yes, so you can see one main heading is coming as Angular course by Sharmit, then reactive form in Angular, reset form group, one horizontal row, input field with label, two buttons for submit. Right click here, click on inspect, click on console, and then you can put something here. So let's say if I write abc@gmail.com, and if you submit it, so if you click on submit, it will submit the data like this. Okay, this is fine, but we implemented reset. What reset will do, if I click here on reset, it will show form is reset, and you can see the form fields are empty. For now you might be thinking like it is very simple thing, we can manually clear the fields, but no, for now we have only two fields, but in projects you will find more than 100 fields also. Okay, so in that situation what this reset will do, in a single click it will clear your entire form. Okay, so you can see once I clicked again, so it is increasing the number because every time it is reprinting the same thing. So today in this session mainly we discuss how to reset the form when you are using the form group. I hope this syntax and structure is clear to all of you. Now you can do the practice. If you have any question, queries or suggestions related to this example, you can reach out to me through comment section and we will for sure connect to discuss the thing. Okay, So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.